Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us again on another episode, Walk the Talk Style, of course. I'm Krish Janzon from EXP Realty, and today we're joined by a very special guest, someone who has appeared on previous Walk the Talk sessions as well. Krish Gajera, thanks for joining us today, mate.
Thank you. Thanks for giving me an opportunity.
Mate, you are super busy, so I'm thankful that you've made time in your busy diary to catch up with me. Today, folks, we're just going to talk a little bit about Krish's background, where he's come from, where he's at today. He's right on the cusp of achieving something incredibly special, which I'm really excited for. Krish came into EXP nearly, 12 months ago, mate?
June, 1st of June.
Yeah, so we're coming on to 12 months, just about, aren't we? And you were my second sponsor to EXP, so I'm incredibly proud of this story, where you've come from, but more importantly, where you're at today. But also today, folks, we're going to talk about some terminology that here in Australian real estate industry is not commonly known. I know it's some terminology, Krish, where he previously came from, he wasn't familiar with it himself, but Krish has been incredibly fortunate to experience some of these terminologies over the last 12 months of being with EXP. And we're going to hear it from Krish, what it's done for him, his life, and his business. So firstly, Krish, the first terminology I want to talk about is you are a capped real estate agent. So for any of the real estate agents watching this, how would you explain to them what it means to cap?
Look, I think in traditional real estate model, there are a split percentage, which might be 50 or 60 or whatever it is.
Yep.
We have a split, like when you start with EXP, we are starting with 75%. So you're going to keep 25% and you're going to give away 25% to the company.
Sure.
So from starting point, we are having a really good split, which is 75%, which is, I think, no other agency got nearby. Like they're like around 50 to 60%. We have a really good split.
Excellent. So that's enough. Now, the term that you use there is you start at 75%. Where do you finish though, mate? So we've got to start somewhere, and to get a finish, you need to start. But where do you finish?
We finish at 0%. Like 0% to the company. Look, so we keep 100%.
Okay. And at what point do you go from 75% commission that you retain to then keeping 100%?
Once you finish your $100,000 GCI, then you capped. You are recognized as a capped agent, and after that you keep 100%.
Wow. Okay, so let me just confirm this. So if you start out with EXP from day naught, you're on 75% to you as the agent, 25% to the company. However, once you hit 100,000 in gross income earnings, you then keep 100% as the agent, and you give away 0% to the model, EXP as a business. And that's a great story because it's a pure 100%, isn't it? I mean, you can't get any more 100% than 100%. It's not 100% taking off 5 or 6 or 8%. It is 100%. Once you hit 100,000 gross, you keep all of that 100%. Phenomenal. Yeah. So your story, mate. How quick did it take you to go from 75% to 100% and capping, as we know in our terminology?
I did it within 3 months.
3 months?
Yes.
So in 90 days, you're owed 100,000 gross income. You went from 75%. You gave yourself a pay rise, deservingly so, and you put yourself on a 100% commission split.
Yes.
So for 9 months. So for 9 months of the year, mate, you've been on 100%.
Yes.
What's life been like on 100% for 9 months of this year?
When you see your bank account hitting with the settlements, it will be really nice feeling when you get 100%.
Yep. Yeah.
It's really good.
Well, you know you're getting remunerated 100% for all your own hard work and effort. I mean, you generate the business, you bring the business in, you convert and you transact the business. So why wouldn't you want to pay yourself 100% of all the commission you generate? It makes complete sense. Now, mate, before you came into EXP as my second sponsor, you were in a former different environment. Obviously, you're a bit more of a sales associate. For those watching, if you go down to my below videos on my YouTube channel, we've done a few Walk the Talk episodes about that transition of Krish going from sales associate to now fully pledged backing himself. real estate agent running his own business. Let's talk about that, mate. So you came on board into EXP as a commission only agent, yeah?
Yes.
Why did you do that? Why did you start off as commission only?
Because I was just starting at EXP. I didn't know that how it's gonna work.
Yep.
And then once I start, I thought EXP is a really good model, and
Yep.
I can earn a lot of money than I earned in the previous model. So I just started from commission only to independent contractor straight away.
Okay, so you've now moved on to independent contractor.
Yes.
So what does that mean? Tell me, what's that change from commission only to independent contractor?
So with that independent contractor, you got to keep everything, and you pay the tax yourself. So you can claim all your expenses before it goes to the tax office. So you can claim everything. That's
so
really
pretty
good
much
thing.
You're running as your own boss, your own business, but you're just leaning on EXP to do all the processing and the transacting for you. And you just got to take care of your own tax, which obviously there's taxable benefits of how you can set yourself up, given the income that you're generating and earning, obviously. If we get back to, coming into EXP, right, and coming on board as a commission only agent before you moved to independent contractor, what doubts did you have about EXP back then when you first started or looked at it?
I think like a few people telling me it's like other agencies, like other cloud-based model, they're gonna come and just disappear maybe within a year or 2 years, and it's an online presence, so you don't get the full support, like face-to-face support and office support and all that support. So that's not going to be a good model for you and stuff like that. But once I joined EXP and I actually check everything, and then I realized it's a really good model because we help each other as a team. So you get to know different skills from different people. So each people has got a different skill in real estate. Maybe someone is good in social media, someone is good in marketing, someone's good in vendor management. So you learn all these different techniques from different people because we work together and it's a team environment. That's really a good benefit in EXP.
Brilliant, mate. So at first you had a little bit of doubts, you were uncertain. I'm sure there was external influences, but now that you've come into EXP, and a common word that I hear in our industry is support, agents craving more support. How do you feel your transition into the model has been supported?
I get 100% support. Actually, I get more than what I thought, because each and every agent is helping each other, and we learn each other from, from different skills and techniques. So I feel really, really helpful. Even like technical side of things, plus the office admin side of things, and all the, marketing side, everything.
Brilliant, mate. And now you've gone to independent contractor. So you've been on 100% for 9 months of your anniversary year. And just for those that are watching, just so that you understand, capping means that once you reach a level, you pay no further commission externally. It's something that's massive in the United States and Canada. It's something we've brought to our shores here in Australia. It's something that we as agents should be talking more about, because you shouldn't be ongoingly penalized by the more that you produce. It should be at a cap level that you should only pay a certain amount of outgoings to have your business managed or nurtured or transacted on your behalf. Before then, you should have the opportunity to keep 100% of everything you're generating and bringing in. But you will just talk about it before, mate. So your anniversary is in June coming up. We're on the cusp of something very special that I'm very confident we're going to get you over the line. What is it that we're on the cusp of?
That's called Icon Agent.
Yep.
And that's my dream too. As soon as I capped, I was dreaming for Icon Agent. I thought it's a little bit hard for me, but I'm in the edge of making that happen.
Yep. And we're going to get you there, mate. I know it's definitely going to happen. We've got about 6 weeks, 7 weeks thereabouts, and we've got about 2 or 3 settlements. We'll get Krish over the line. The whole team's behind him to get him over the line, in fact, because it's an incredible honor to not only get to Krish's status of keeping 100% of his commissions for 9 months of this work anniversary year, but in fact to also become an icon agent within our industry and our model within his first year. That is phenomenal numbers. Now let's just keep in mind here, folks, going back to the beginning here, Krish started off in the industry as a sales associate, and in his first 12 months of going out into business and backing himself, not only has he kept 100% commissions for 9 months of this work anniversary year, but he's about to become an icon agent. What does it mean for you if you become an icon agent, Krish?
When we become an icon agent, your company is going to gift you a $17,500 shares from the company. That means you are a part of the company and you are actually a partner of the company. When the shares actually go up, your value is gone up as well.
Absolutely. So just to clarify, it's $16,000 in Australian dollars in shares as soon as you qualify, speaking in Australian dollars terms, because we're in Australia, obviously. So as soon as you become an icon agent, recognized as an EXP icon agent, you immediately get gifted $16,000 in stock of EXPI stocks, which are traded on the NASDAQ. We're a publicly listed company. At the moment, I think their stocks are traveling at about just north of $16 per share. So immediately $16,000 will be granted to Krish as soon as he becomes that icon agent come June. The other thing Krish can do is that he has the availability to access an additional $6,000 in EXPI stock and shares. So a total of $21,000 can be rebated and gifted back to Krish, right? So essentially that first 25 grand that you parted ways on when you're on 75% before hitting the 100% capping club, you can get $21,000 of that 25 grand back in EXPI stocks trading on the NASDAQ share market right now. Now, the $6,000, folks, just so that you understand, this is no financial advice by any means. Get your own independent finance and stock and share advice. But essentially, the $6,000 will be granted to Krish if he contributes to the EXP culture. So whether that's attending EXP Icon sessions and sharing in collaboration his knowledge and experience with the remainder of the EXP Australia team, EXP talks, just basically contributing to a positive culture that helps uplift all agents around us, which I know Krish, he's a money man. He'll want that extra $6,000 in stocks and share ownership trading at $16 plus a share at the moment. I'm sure he's going to bolt on to that absolutely and do the right thing culturally. So phenomenal achievement and a great opportunity. In the next 6 to 7 weeks, Krish can be gifted back up to $21,000 in share ownership in EXP as a model. Now, just so that you understand, folks, if you're not aware of EXP, it's an agent-owned model. We own the shares as agents. Every agent has share ownership into the model. It's a model that was built by agents for agents. And the real advantage is that the shares can't be diluted because EXP owns the shares ultimately at the end of the day. So, mate, that's incredibly exciting. 100% for 9 months of this year. About to become an icon agent. Let's talk about your work-life balance, though, because you've had an incredible amount of success in a short period of time. How is the work-life balance? How's family life juggling with work life since that transition?
I think everything is going smoothly at the moment. Even I'm going good income, getting a good income. I think my work life is work and a family life is going really good because I can give enough time to my family as well, and I got lots of freedom with EXP. For example, let's say if I get sick and if I can't work for a few days because of COVID or anything like that, I got my full team support who can help me on open inspections and any vendor meeting or anything. So which is really, really good.
Yep. And you're home now, mate?
I'm home now.
And you've got 2 kids?
Yes, 2 kids.
Beautiful. And you get to play the dad role whilst working from home, don't you? And I'm sure that works well because your wife works, obviously. So you get to balance the juggling of being a dad, putting that hat on and putting the business owner cap on and running your own company. Would you say EXP gives you a wonderful balance of not only being able to work and provide a great platform and service to your clients, but also to be the family man that you are, because you are a tremendous and admirable family man?
Look, if I need to write the same amount of money that I'm writing in EXP, I have to work like 3 times more in other different models.
Yeah,
definitely 3 times more to make the same amount of money.
Yeah. So hypothetically, mate, if we threw some numbers out there, right, for the agents that are all about numbers, right, just give us a number. How much are you on track to gross this year? Just approximately. Doesn't need to be exact. How much?
Already crossed over 300K. Already crossed.
Okay, you're over 300.
Yeah.
So let's say what you reckon you're right, 320 hypothetically this year.
Yes, probably
About
yes,
320 thereabouts.
Yep.
Not bad for somebody who's gone out in their first year on their own. That's massive, mate. There's people that have been doing this for a lot longer that are not writing half those numbers. And a testament to Krish, it hasn't come easy. Like, this guy's bashed and knocked on more doors than anyone I know. He does the old school way sometimes, but it gets you business. Like, tell us about a story, mate, where you've just gone door knocking and it was a great outcome. Like, I'm sure there's a number of stories. Tell us one that stands out.
I had a couple of stories, like when I door knock sometime, I just see, I just wanted to try and help the people. So sometimes people bit skeptical. Initially, when you go into the door, there's a bit skeptical, and they said, "Yeah, we'll think about it." And then when they look at my success and everything, they just come up with the meeting and they just finalize everything. So on my experience, I think 2 or 3 times customers just finalize everything within the second meeting.
Yep.
Just
Excellent.
the second meeting, they just finalize the agency agreement.
Yeah. And just getting back on the numbers. So let's say if you tick on to 320,000 in gross commission this financial year or your anniversary year, just for the agents that might be watching this, it's all about numbers. Krish will keep $295,000 of that 320,000. Okay. So whatever your gross income is that you're earning as an agent right now, just take $25,000 off of that. And that's exactly the figure that you would keep if you were powered by our model. So whatever your group certificate or your gross income looked like for last financial year or your work anniversary year, just take 25 grand off it. And that's all you'll pay to EXP. And that's the number that you'll take home for that year. That doesn't include the $21,000 in share ownership that can be rebated to you if you achieve icon status. So how would you approach a door knock? Like, let's say you've come to my house, right? What's a typical door knock look like for Krish?
Look, when I go there, I just knock the door and say, "Look, I'm Krish Gajera. I'm from EXP Realty. We help few people in your community, helping selling their house. Would you like to know the new value of your property?" If they are looking at doing something within 3 months or 6 months, they will let me know. Yes, we are looking at getting a price, and then we have few conversations, and then maybe second or third meeting we can finalize everything.
Brilliant, mate. So first, it's just an introductory, general chat. Would you like an update on prices? People looking in your community, and then we'll see where it goes from there. How many sales would you say you've acquired in this last 10, 11-month period of your anniversary year where somebody said, "You know what? I was thinking of doing something. I've been watching the market. The market's been doing quite well." How many opportunities do you think you've generated in the last 10, 11 months of your anniversary year just from door knocking?
I think 65%.
65% of your 320,000 gross income that you're going to write for this year has come from door knocking.
Just door knocking.
How many pairs of shoes have you gone through? Well, mate, you're making a good income. I'm sure you can buy several pairs of new shoes. But ladies and gentlemen, it just goes to show you door knocking can and does work. Now, it might not be for you, and that's fine, but it works for Krish, right? And that's what we love about this model, is that if I wanted to door knock tomorrow, the person I'd ask to come out with me is Krish, because he's better than me at that. So I'd say, "Mate, when you go out door knocking next, can I come with you to see what you do, how you do it, and what you're saying?" I'd do that. Or if you're someone that you want to align yourself for lead generation and social media domination, there might be Buri. That's a beautiful thing, you'd agree, Krish, with this network, is every agent can connect themselves with each other, whether it's their upline or sideways, and to leverage off different skill sets of everybody within our network.
Yes.
So, mate, looking back, it's been a good year, first year EXP. All that reservation, that doubts, has that all been put to bed now?
Yes.
Yep. And let's say if there's maybe an agent that's been watching EXP, maybe even been watching you, mate, because you're getting a lot of signboards and traction and market share. If there's anybody that's maybe looking at EXP, what would be some encouragement you'd say to that agent if they're sort of a bit doubtful or uncertain? What would you say to them?
I think the best thing with EXP is you will get the initial support from each and every team members, which is the best thing. I think in other franchise model, I can't see this sort of difference, which you can make in EXP.
Yep.
And you can really grow faster once you get some support with other team members.
Brilliant. So if you're a sales associate, I'd be reaching out to Krish. If you're working under somebody and you're feeling a bit stuck, maybe you've been under that person for 2, 3, 4 years, you're probably doing a lot of the work. Maybe you're putting all the deals together. I don't know. But if you're a sales associate and you're a little bit scared to go out on your own, maybe give Krish a call and have a conversation with him. He's gone from sales associate to first year backing himself as his own fully pledged real estate agent, and he's going to gross over $300,000 in that first year. Phenomenal numbers. Or even if you're just a real estate looking at a real estate agent looking at EXP, pick up the phone, have a chat to EXP, to Krish, hear more about his story, his journey, where he's come from, because I'm sure whatever reservation or doubts you might have, Krish has seen both sides. So you can validate both sides with conviction because you've experienced both sides. Krish, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry, mate.
I just give you an idea. Like I just sold 3 properties before I come to EXP.
Yep.
Now I got like 26 property already sold with EXP.
Yeah. And mate, I remember we had many meetings, before you even changed over, because you were very thorough. You had a lot of doubt. You're a little bit uncertain. You were very cautious. You approached it very diplomatically, though. You were very professional about that. That's what I really liked about you. And I knew you were going to do well because you were very thorough about the way you approach things. So whether it's 1 meeting or you need 10 meetings, get in contact with Krish and catch up with him, whether it's for a coffee, maybe jump into his home office, see what he's doing. I don't know, but this is a guy you want to hear from. What a 12 months, mate. Congratulations to you. Looking forward to celebrating Icon with you shortly, mate. And thanks for joining us on this Walk the Talk episode. Bye for now, folks.
Thank you. Thanks.